Hello everybody, my name is Anthony and welcome to a brand new Let's Play in Hearts of Iron 4 in the Kaiserreich mod. If you don't know what the mod is, basically it's if Germany won World War I. I think in the alternate history, basically the war lasted to like 1922 and then both sides were just like, let's just give up. And yeah, so we're going to be playing as Canada because give a little bit of a history here. In Britain and France, they both went communist. Well, technically Britain's radical socialist, but it's kind of the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. But the royal family was kicked out of Britain, so they all decided to come move into Canada. So Canada basically is the leader of the British Empire at this point. So kind of similar, I guess, to Napoleon's legacy in that the kind of situation is kind of the same, except with socialist instead of Napoleon. We got the German Empire right here. They are pretty strong. They have a bunch of vassals here. The Austrian Empire is kind of split up, but I think they're vassals. Yeah, they're vassals of like Bohemia and stuff. They're all kind of vassalage under Austria. Italy is split in half between a communist south and a more I think the north is just a kingdom. So yeah, Italy's split in half. A lot of France's colonies went to Germany. This is the German puppet state here. Half of China belongs to Germany. You can see that they own Indochina and parts of Malaysia. Stuff like that. We got nationalist France over here, which is basically, the French government. When the communists basically kicked them out, they just went to their African holdings and they kind of just control that territory right now. What else? Australia and New Zealand are one country, but we are basically the leaders of the Entente. Let's go to the faction map mode. We're the leader of the Entente, which is our faction. There's three factions three factions. There's the Entente, which includes us, National France, part of India, the part of India that didn't break off from the British Empire, basically, and that's still under our control. Australia, and then the Caribbean as well as part of our. They've kind of joined to like one big country, all the Caribbean islands. Yeah, so that's us. There's also Middle Europa. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I'm assuming it, which is basically the German faction. So we got Germany and their satellite states, and actually, surprisingly, not even their satellite states like Middle Africa. They're not even part of the faction. And then we have the Third Internationale, which includes Paris, or includes the Commune of France, and the Socialist Republic of Italy. And eventually they'll kind of grow. I think Britain will probably eventually join that as well. But the reason I wanted to play Kaiserreich is, one, because I played a little bit of it in Hearts of Iron 2. Not on the channel or anything, but it seemed like a fun mod. And, there's a lot of things that can go on. Let's just take a look at the tree here. You can see like there's a lot of stuff going on here. We can abolish the parliament. We can, I don't know exactly what this does, but I think this might get us into like a monarchy in the same vein as like Germany. Let's see, who else got like this? I'm not too sure who exactly all has idea trees. You can see Spain doesn't, but there's a lot of events and stuff that should hopefully fire. I think this is version like 0.1.5, so it's basically the first released version of the mod. And there's also some glitches, which isn't part of the, which doesn't have anything to do with Kaiserreich. It's just the way Hearts of Iron 4 works sometimes, which involves the flag. Sometimes we just turn it into the CSA flag. Not too sure why. And eventually, let's see, the United States here. I know eventually there's going to be a big, the United States actually doesn't have its own focus tree, which is surprising. But at some point, the United States is going to have a civil war. Just spoiler alert. So yeah, it's 1936. We're going to be Canada. Mostly because, this is where I live. So, let's get all of our troops. I want all of my soldiers. Well, look at these guys. Got 4. How many guys do we have? Do we only have 17 divisions? Is that our entire army? 17 divisions. No, we have 18 divisions. Where is... Oh, no, we are at 18. Okay. So let's put... I guess we might as well put a field marshal in charge right now. We'll basically put all our troops right now. Let's see. So we'll get you guys here. I know it's only 4 people, but still. You're going to block. You're going to guard here. You 3 are going to front line here with Buffalo. you are going to... Is this a frontier? Yeah, you're just going to stand there, basically. You guys here are going to frontline in there. Are you a soldier as well? You are. So I'm going to have you frontline to Detroit and kind of make sure they don't stay past that. And also, I don't like the light blue, so we're going to turn it into like a nice purple. So there we go. Let's go up to speed 3. We should have a pretty big navy because the entire British Navy is basically part of our... basically under our control right now. So I want all of my boats, actually, like all of them. I want you to go to Halifax. I'm gonna put this navy here. Where are you guys docked in? Like, maybe I can't see him because of this guy? No, actually I have no clue where that dock is, so apparently I don't know how to move them. Missing production equipment, infantry equipment. We're not... Okay. So yeah, we'll get this stuff done. First things first, you know, infantry equipment. Basic, we don't even have level 1 stuff yet. That is pretty bad. Okay, so yeah, we'll get that, and then some motorized stuff as well. Use up all of our factories. Technology, well, I guess first things first is, you know, research level 1 infantry equipment. Get support weapons. Go to industry, get this stuff. And then in engineering, also, it always makes sense to get this stuff done. So there we go, we'll get those 4 done. So public works, 70 days, Queen Mary Way, okay. King's speech, King George V is not dead, so we can't do that yet. Secure the North Atlantic, treaty with Ireland, alliance for 8, so that basically gets England, or not England, Ireland into our faction. Attack the German Empire, attack the Union of Britain, so basically, when World War II eventually breaks off, normally it starts between the French and the Germans. They kind of fight each other, and then we can basically decide, do we want to attack the British, or do we want to attack the Germans? Which is always weird. I don't know why... Like, attacking Britain makes sense, you know, reclaiming the homeland, I guess, for, like, the Empire. But I don't understand the German one. The reason I think behind the German one is that it's, you know, revenge for World War I. But that seems dumb. Like, I don't know why you would ever actually do that. Defense scheme number 1. Oh, no, we're just going to go basically for public works. Just to unlock that kind of tree there. I don't know when George V will die. What? Okay, so right now we have the Liberal Party in charge. Can't force government, we can't puppet anybody. That's fine, it's not really that big of a deal. We only have 1,900 manpower. That is... We're losing political power a day. Divided government... Average party population. We're losing points. Why are we divided? Maybe that'll go away when the king dies. We'll become a lot more united when he's dead. Insufficient resources. We need oil. I guess we'll get that from the United States. We need rubber. So I guess we'll get that from the Dutch. We also need steel. Do we have, like, no resources? We produce aluminum. We produce a little bit of steel. We're not very resource rich, apparently. No division basic training, so... Why are we using... Let's see, militia. Don't go back. What are you? You're 3 troops? That's awful. Even you're pretty bad, too. You have an artillery unit, though, so I guess that's not as bad. Now, I want to just select you because I don't need these garrisons. How do I switch them again? I kind of forgot how. Yeah, change it to just an infantry brigade. Yeah. I think it's going to use up a lot of our manpower. Just delete the militia brigade because it's trash. I don't need it. Free dockyards. Well, we might as well build Queen Elizabeth class. Maybe? Do we need battleships? Carriers? Well, we might as well go with getting just some more convoys. No divisions, basic training. How much manpower is actually going to be getting used up? Also, apparently we need, no, not Grey War tanks. Just artillery. So, we can't even really do anything with the convoys because it's wanting to use up our oil and steel. We don't actually really have that. And then we'll get a little bit of tungsten. Who's this guy? Oh, Bulgaria. Okay. Well, that's fine. We have free civilian factories. Well, we should probably go and start making at least some more civilian factories for now. And then once those are done, we'll kind of go into making more military factories. I think that's all our territory dealt with for now. How much manpower is going to be used up for reinforcing these guys? I'm not too sure. And I should still have the mod that makes it, yeah, it costs nothing. Fantastic. So, no, not artillery. I just want infantry. Now we have low manpower. That's good. Kaiserreich. No, okay. Oh, he's already. It's been 3 days, and George V is already dead. Okay. Kaiserreich Alpha.1. The Kaiserreich tree proudly presents Alpha.1. Well, of course I want more political power. Tell me about the stability system. Kaiserreich of Hearts of Iron 4 introduces a new mechanic. Stability system. Okay. Power. Oh, we already lose the points. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So, King Edward VIII, he'll become in charge. Ever since the Radical Union's victory in Britain, King George V, he's plagued by illness. Very, very sad. Okay. Profit from okay, that's just about Germany. I don't really care too much about them. So now we have King Edward VIII. He's in charge of the country right now. Oh, we got more factory output. Fantastic. Do we have any legislation cities? Like, I don't... Like... It's owned by... Oh, it's just kind of its own government. Its own country. I don't really know why they are, but sure. Are they under our control? I'm not 100% too sure. They might be. It would be nice if they are. Low manpower. Let's ignore that for now. Let's see. So we have volunteer only. Disarm, all adults serve. Well, we want to go to probably limited conscription at some point. Because we have we're using 1%, 1.5%, and that's basically pretty much awful. So right now we have average stability. Oh, that's disaster. Always false. Okay. I don't know when we'll be able to change that. I know I probably should have read the thing. Average party, popularity. Okay, well that's fine. We don't care about the stockyards either at the moment. So, constructions. How long is this actually going to take? 16th of August. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a long, long time for that stuff to actually go get working. We need 5,000 rifles, which we don't have. Royal Marines, motorized divisions, raid. Well, like, can we see opinion? Like, you guys love us, right? 80 opinion. The Dominion of India. Yeah, so this guy here right now has the Greek flag until it eventually gets fixed. So let's see. So right now the situation in India, this guy's on our side. We have a fleet over here for some reason. But, you know, but they're part of our country. They're a Dominion. King George V of Windsor. I don't think that's... I don't know if you know that, India. That man is dead. But... So you have them down here. We have the Princely Federation, which just kind of exists. So that's fine. And then we also have the Radical Socialists over here in India. I think that they might also join the Third International. Not too sure. What's this one? Okay, this guy's fascist over here. So we got the Qing Empire. Japan still kind of owns this territory as well. You know, kind of very similar to what they owned during World War I. Or after World War I, I should say. Before they attacked China. Is there any other factions? It's just those three factions, right? Like, I'm not missing one. I know a lot of them may form in the future. But I just want to make sure I'm not missing any. I don't know, China first. There is another faction. This one little guy down here. For some reason, his faction color is not the same color as his country. They're very odd. I'm not too sure why. We have Russia up here. Russia is, right now, they're okay. Do they not have a... Oh, no, they're authoritarian right now. They don't really like us. Is there anybody else who is a liberal country who would want to join our faction. We need at least 80% world tension. Why are we already at 2%? Manchurian exploitation? Okay. But, like, does it matter here? Okay, because they're conservative, they wouldn't even join our faction, which is a little bit dumb. I think they should at least be somewhat unified. We're still losing points right now. Until divided government goes away, we can't really do anything about that, though, which kind of sucks. Yeah, we have all our troops right now in Maine, which is nice. I'm not too sure when the American Civil War was actually going to fire. There's a lot of factions here. The Canadian Communist Party, the combined syndicates of Canada. Right now we're 40% liberal, 10% progressive, 30% Tory, 1% nationalist, 2% loyalist. The Social Credit Party. Black Monday. Okay, so this is basically the Great Depression starting. On the 3rd of February 1936, the Berlin Stock Exchange stopped sinking. It plunged. Fueled by the instability of the market panic, selling erupted as soon as the stock market opened on Monday morning. It took well into the night for the teleprompters to stop sputtering out the results of what became known as Black Monday. When the results had been analyzed, it was clear the situation had become desperate overnight. Which is, you know, basically the New York Stock Exchange crashing in 1929, except that happened in 1936, so it can kind of take place within the scope of the game, which is kind of nice. Is there any modifiers for that? No. Does Germany get modifiers for it? They might. Yeah, they do. It seems weird. Like, it probably should affect most of the world. And there we go. So right now, Afghanistan, with its fortified divisions, attacked India with 22. What's this? The Chamber of Princes. Okay. Well, at least his name changed. It's no longer King George V. Yeah, the Dominion... yeah, okay. We'll obviously join India. They're part of our faction. Air wings with no missions. That's fine. They can kind of just hang out. Do we only have that many planes? Is our Air Force really that bad? We have 400 planes right now. Unread port strikes. They're attacking our ports, our boats over here. With their 20 planes. That's very, very rude. Said Lend-Lease. I don't think I can really take control of their troops, though. Like, they're not actually a vassal of ours. Are they also at war with everybody else in our faction? They are. Like, let's look at France for a second. They have 12 brigades. I think they should... yeah, they have their own thing. Restore the French Empire, restore the Kingdom of France. That's all good. The road to war. So who else actually has... I know there's a... let's see, do the Ottomans have their own events? No. Does Russia have its own events? Yeah, Russia has some stuff. But the Emirate of Afghanistan. Who's in charge here? Amanul Khan. Paternal autocrats. Not a political ideology, that's fine. So 4-5, but I mean, India should wipe the floor with Afghanistan. I can't imagine them having too much of a problem. I wonder if they'll just like full annex them. I'm not too sure. I think there might be some events about it, but we shall see. I mean, they like us, but they just won't, like, as market liberals minus 500. Okay, so just because they have a faction, I'm assuming there's no war going on at the moment, nobody's really willing to join our faction, which sucks. I mean, our faction right now is not the strongest. It's probably the German faction, which is the strongest faction at the moment. Let's see. Germany has a ton of troops. France has a decent number of troops. Britain has an number of troops, but you know. They actually have more boats than us still. God damn it, Britain. Who do they think we are? I mean, at some point, we really need to start mobilizing the, it's not really mobilizing. We need to start building a navy at some point, because right now, we're not using it. We need ships at some point. So let's try to import whatever we need. Oil. It's actually, we're trading away our civilian factors. Like, we don't have a lot of them. South African Federation. Are you part of our faction, South Africa? They're not. Why are you not part of our faction? Not aligned. God damn it, South Africa. You should be part of our faction, but you're just not. So what's that symbol? I think it just means it's like a militia troop or something like that. I'm actually not... I'm assuming it's supposed to be inside here, but it's just a little bit broken and it's just off in the corner. So I'm assuming at some point... Let's take a look at the AI's plans. Yeah, at some point, yeah, they're just going to march across Afghanistan, which, you know, makes sense. That's what I would probably be doing as well. Yeah, so probably one like marches to this province, and then this other guy gets wherever he's supposed to be going. Then at some point they'll actually attack. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, we don't care. I don't care about this stuff. I don't need to worry. Like, our planes don't need to be going over to India to help out, because I'm pretty sure they have the air. They actually aren't really doing anything at all. Where is our Air Force? A lot of them are on boats, actually. Naval bombers. Select all. You know what? Fine. Go to India. I like how they can just fly all the way across the world. It's like it's not even a big deal. They can just kind of go, which is nice. So we'll send all our troops here, or all our planes here, and then kind of just protect Afghanistan. Well, not protect India's troops in Afghanistan. Is guess what I'm trying to say. So we got that, the CN Rail expansion, or the Trans-Canada Airways, or the King's Speech, because he's dead. But I do think this is going to actually be a good time to end this video, so thanks very much for watching. My name's been Ansem. If you've enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. If you not enjoyed, you can always thumbs down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.